Alrighty, so I'm going to pick it up again. As you can tell, we are getting ready in about a mile or so to proceed to I-35. And wanted to go ahead and just document this. We were going a good 80 miles an hour on standard for a good part of the trip. We had directly behind us another Model Y. Oh gosh, I wonder if does this actually do a merge or not. Nope, we have a big rig. Let's see how FSD handles this. Big rig is not seating any kind of position, but it did allow us, FSD did slow down and allowed us to safely proceed. Now we have this Toyota Corolla get in front of us, 75 miles an hour here at this stretch of the road. Definitely going way under that posted speed limit. I guess I just wanted to be proactive. And get into the lane as soon as possible. This Corolla, but hopefully we'll pass it shortly. We're currently on hurry profile on this stretch of the road. As you can tell, we have traveled 151 miles in a total of 2 hours 16 minutes, and our efficiency numbers aren't too hot. I wouldn't imagine them to be, being on a toll road exceeding 85 miles an hour for a large stretch of that. We are at, for this trip, 278 watts per mile, so definitely hitting way below that 4 kilowatt threshold that we would want per mile. But that's a-okay. Hopefully we can pick up some efficiency here, even though again I am going on hurry mode at this time. We're traveling below the posted speed limit of 75, traveling 72 miles an hour. And for a fair stretch of this road, I feel it's going to be a lot more traffic. Traffic's going to pick up and it'll naturally slow us down. It says we're about 58 minutes away from our charging stop in Waco. I most certainly do not feel like I'm gonna get there. I just feel like the good old bladder isn't gonna be able to give me the opportunity to reach that site. And more importantly, if we do arrive there at 7:23, I don't know until when Collins Street Bakery is open till. I kind of want to go to a Buc-ee's that I know will be available at any given time. Plus they have more stalls there, and a lot more amenities, just better amenities there. So that's going to be a huge reason as to why I'm going to go ahead and stop earlier than anticipated. If I didn't stop, it's indicating that I would arrive at 11% state of charge. But gonna look away for a moment or look for an alternate location. One thing that there it is. One thing that I briefly noticed that the photos were removed. I've been to this. It's a level 4 or 3.5, 3.75 charger. It was actually a pretty good site. Okay, I'm back. One of the reasons why I opted to go ahead and record at this time, we're about 14 miles away from our destination, but besides that, you'll notice right now I'm in sloth mode. I'm currently behind like an F-350. What I have noticed that even in sloth mode, if the vehicle directly in front of me is going slow, a little too slow for its liking, for FSD's liking, when it sees a gap, a sizable enough gap, it'll go ahead and seize it, right? And it'll attempt to get out of the lane. It's not going to succeed in overtaking the vehicle because at least prior to this, I've been going on sloth mode. I've consistently been going 5 miles under the posted speed limit, right? So what I have been doing to perform an overtake, I've been, whenever FSD takes me from the slow lane, the current lane that I'm in, because the vehicle in front of me is just entirely too slow for its liking, it'll go on to the next lane, the middle lane in this instance, right? And at that point, whenever I go on to the next lane, what I do is I up the speed profile, or change the speed profile to chill. And chill has given me the ability to consistently stay at the speed limit. So for example, it hasn't done it quite yet. I'm waiting for it to do it, but I feel as if though it hasn't done it because there hasn't been a sizable gap to be seized to attempt the overtake, right? But when it does, go into the next lane, and then from there, I change the speed profile, and then I proceed back onto sloth mode. And it hasn't, at least up until this point, hasn't gone back to the slowest lane possible, even on chill, which is kind of surprising. And right now I'm actually, now that the speed limit changed, right, and I think that's a huge factor, the speed limit changed from 75 to 65 miles an hour, and now we're actually going posted speed limit of 65 in sloth mode. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take it back to chill, and let's see if we increase in speed any sorts. And then right as I get close to the vehicle in front of me, if I'm able to do so in chill mode, then at that point I'll drop it back to sloth mode and see whether or not it stays with the vehicle in front of me in the current lane, or it opts in sloth mode to change lanes. But again, no disengagements. 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 37 minutes into the trip, no disengagements, no interventions. The only slight things that I have been doing, right, in sloth, chill, going back and forth, right, speed profiles. And since it's not automatically going back to the slowest lane possible, I use the blinker to force the vehicle, right, to prompt the vehicle to get back into the lane of my choosing. It hasn't consistently gotten back into the slowest lane prior to the introduction of sloth, prior to the introduction of Mad Max mode. If I was in chill mode, it automatically just knew to go to the slowest lane possible. If it was in standard mode, it would keep to the middle lane. If it was in hurry mode, it would keep to the fastest lane, ride the fast lane to no end. But here it's not scooching back whenever I select the appropriate speed profiles to the slowest lane. Doing a great job. Right now you'll notice that there was a little Honda, I believe, that was trying to get onto the highway, coming at a pretty fast pace, and decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and avoid that whole situation, going to go ahead and switch lanes, even though it's in chill mode, decided to switch lanes, and we're not immediately going back to the slowest lane, and that's okay. It's noticing that we can't, based on the vehicle that's behind us, but just close enough to the right of us that it wouldn't benefit us to go into the slow lane. So there's that. Now it's deciding to do that, but I think because the vehicle that was behind us in the slow lane, it took an exit, so that's what triggered that lane change. But at least give it enough distance, enough of a gap from a vehicle behind us to a vehicle next to us. Now it's able to go into the lanes, but it just takes a little bit of time in doing so. It just needs those appropriate opportunities to decide to go back to the slowest lane on chill mode. 65, we're going 65, nothing wrong with that. 56, it's just feeling a little chilly. I'm not going to turn on the seat warmer, I'm going to leave it like that. But we're about 8 minutes away from our first charging stop. You'll notice that the efficiency has improved as we've had it in chill mode and then sloth mode. where we were before in the 280s, 282, I believe. And then it dropped off to 280. Now we're at 277. So definite improvement. Hopefully between now and 7 miles down the road, we'll see additional improvement in efficiency, going right at the speed limit, posted speed limit, and chill mode. Honestly, it feels a little too slow, but it's right at the speed limit. It's just one of those things that become creatures of habit in terms of getting used to going a faster speed than whatever the posted speed limit is. I'm not saying break any kind of rules. I'm not saying break any laws. I'm not saying speed, be safe out there. I'm just letting you know, sometimes we tend to go at least 5, maybe 7 miles over the speed limit consistently. I'm going to keep it recording. I may not be saying anything right now, but I'm going to keep it recording. I'll edit this part and then just pick up the commentary the closer we get to the charging site. Okay, so we're going to pick it up right now. We're about a little over half a mile away from the exit to get to Buc-ee's, exit 304. I'm a little worried right now because we haven't switched over to the lane we need to exit. And right now we have another vehicle directly to the side of us. Traveling just a tad bit too slow for my liking. FSD deciding that it was going to go ahead and ride it out to the bitter end, allowing that Mustang Mach-E to pass us up. Positive that it's going to go and charge as well at the Buc-ee's. But sometimes I don't like that about FSD. Maybe it has everything to do with the fact that we were in chill, and it was taking that chill approach and waiting for that vehicle to pass us up, or not making any moves whatsoever until the last possible second. But it did it successfully. Kind of anticlimactic. Just a little worried I would have gotten into that lane a lot sooner. So a couple of things to watch out for. Here is our state of arrival, right? State of charge at arrival. We will be seeing what we ramp up to in the immediate moment after we plug in. But before we plug in, would like to see how fair of a job the charger or the vehicle FSD does in terms of South Park. It's supposed to drastically have improved.
Now your destination is on the left.
Let's see if that's the case. And of course, it's going to back into the charger. It decided, hey, you know what? We're going to completely skip some of those sites over there. You know what? The one thing that I noticed. Okay, so we're going to go based off of this right here. Did an amazing job. A really, really great job of parking within the lines. No issues, no kind of concerns. But if you notice in the far distance, right now these are level 3 superchargers, but in the distance I'm seeing level 4 superchargers. So again, FSD did a great job. It got us to the destination, or at least to the charge point within parameters. Didn't have to disengage. What I am doing now, I am going to drive myself over there to the level 4 chargers. It just feels like the smart move. Just a few stalls away. Oh gosh, these always keep going to command prompt. Just to take a selfie. Oh my word. I need to pee. Hello. Oh, look at a new doggy. Oh. Don't like that one, don't I? Oh, that is creepy beyond creepy. Anywho. There's no one with me. Alrighty. 3, 2, 1. Buckies. Alrighty. So I'm gonna save that photo. Love that. Love that option. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the charging stats here, and we are pulling 200 briefly, 207, 206 right now. Charge limit is at 70%. Says that we'll be getting there in approximately 20 minutes. We're already starting to see it ramp down just a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off, and we will pick it up in a moment. I need to go pee bad. All right, so we're just about getting ready to take off. We're at a 92% state of charge. I had 8, so I just left it on the hook. 253 miles. And as far as that last charging station, or last charging session, I should say, we arrived at 20% state of charge all the way up to 92%, 33 cents a kilowatt mile there, or 33 cents a kilowatt is what we had, and a total cost of $17.34. So all things considered, not too bad here at the Buckies. So again, 20% is what we arrived at. Ooh, I didn't realize that there was an auto threshold. Let me go ahead and lower it. Next time, arrive at 15%. We got here right at the 20% mark. So we're going to be resuming. It says here that to our final arrival point, it'll take us about 2 hours and 5 minutes. We will be arriving there at. Ooh, I got the temperatures here on the final destination site. 52 degrees when we arrive at 1119 East Tyler, the hotel there. Right around 50%, 49% is going to be the state of charge at arrival. Again, no interventions so far, no disengagements so far. Let me go ahead and lock it, and we're just about getting ready to take off. So that is our last checks there. Yeah, we're good to go, and we are heading out. Let me add that. We are good to go. Oh, we've got another Model Y here. It says fire department. Okay, so we've got a shipment fire, I guess. I don't know if that's officially a city fire department vehicle. That'd be kind of cool if it was. That'd be really cool if it was. Anywho, the odd thing, it's routing us. I could turn left here. I could make a left and get back onto the highway. For whatever odd reason it's choosing not to. It's going to make us go right here, and it's going to make us go left at this unknown location. Well, there's a McDonald's close by. Anywho, okay, so we're going this way. Whatever floats its boat. I'm trying to load up something here on Netflix or YouTube for that matter, just to keep me a little occupied. And I do not recommend this. Do not try this at home. The choices that I make are mine and mine alone.
In 500 feet, turn right
I'll load
onto
up
North General Bruce
this
Drive.
video. For whatever reason, it chose to go this way. More power to it.
Now turn right onto North General Bruce Drive.
I'll have the video on Bluetooth, so you won't be able to hear it. Anywho, right now we are in chill mode. Let's go ahead and kick that up a notch. Let's take it back to standard. 2 hours away from our location. see what it's going to do, whether it's going to want to pull over based on the lights. I really, really hope it doesn't do that, especially here at night. That'd be horrible. I'm just getting ready in the event it triggers something that I'm most certainly not expecting. It's clearly police officers, first responders, construction, it would appear, going off to the side. Looks like they're going to be closing off another section here of the highway. Okay. I don't know what that was at all. I don't think that there was anything on the highway, but I saw it swerve almost into the pylons. Did not hit the pylons, but it almost felt as if though it did. And again, this is another example as to why construction zones are not FSD's friend. I'll go back, I'll go look in the video and see whether or not there was anything that would have explained why we ended up swerving. Yeah, I'm really disliking this stretch of the highway right now. It's rather narrow, got some concrete barriers. Just past a big rig. And then we have our good friend there, Mr. Peter Cetera. About 5 miles before we go to a different stretch of the highway, a different highway altogether. We'll be going on to what looks to be Waco Drive to proceed into East Waco Drive. Waco Drive, Bellmead Drive. Anywho, and hopefully we won't have to deal with this tomfoolery, the shenanigans here. Look at a standard, this big rig behind us. Now this is a perfect situation for not feeling safe on FSD. We're driving at night. We're driving in a construction zone. Very, very narrow roads. Concrete barriers on each end. Right, 2-lane highway. Posted speed limit 55. We got folks that are pretty impatient, wanting to pass us up. And then we have a big rig behind us. I ended up going from chill, dropping it down to sloth, going back to chill, going back to sloth, and then finally now on standard, because I just felt a little unsafe. Standard, a good sweet spot right now. Nice little compromise. And here, that little stretch, a couple of yards, maybe like a good 5 mile, 10, maybe 20 yards, right? Didn't have any kind of like painted stripes for the lanes. Anywho, I feel a lot better. I'm currently on standard mode with about 2 miles left to take my exit. But definitely feel a lot better. But again, that It's just, I mean, it did it. No disengagements, right? But just feeling a little sense of uncomfortableness with all of those variables meeting together. So that was most certainly a perfect stress test for this vehicle. It passed. A little scare into me here and there, but again, it passed. I'm not gonna say flying colors, because I just felt that one particular section that put me feeling a little uneasy. So almost flying colors. We're alive. I guess that's what counts. Take it back down to chill. I'm not trying to go anywhere anytime fast. Not racing with anybody, especially a mile away from the exit. One of the things that I will say is that I'm no longer picking up the 16-year-old just getting his permit vibe from chill mode. I don't feel like that's present. I feel like it's just as competent and confident as standard mode was back in 13.2.9 prior to 14, right? Those releases. So I'm liking that aspect of it as far as highway driving for chill. Okay, so we're trying to go from the exit all the way to the opposite end of the road on the access road to proceed to our route. Did a good job. No concerns there. Okay, so I'm gonna chime in here. Right now we have about an hour and 25 minutes to go. Our efficiency is doing really, really great at 259, almost at that 4 kilowatts per mile threshold. We are at 76% state of charge. We should be arriving at 48% state of charge to our final destination. As far as the last 200 miles, projected range 192. Which should exceed, well, actually just a little bit under the 209 miles. We ended up getting a prompt and a little nag there, nothing too bad. 100 miles, last 100 miles, base driving 203 range, which is pretty good. Last 10 miles, about 205, so that's kind of in line with the slower traffic, the slower speeds that we've had, and we've been standard, chill, and for a bit. We were at, for a bit, we were at, I'm going to make sure to pay attention, but again, for a bit, we were at sloth mode, just like my talking this late into the day, this late into the night, right? But pretty good as far as consumption, as far as our current drive, 45 miles consumed, which is actually about 2.8 miles less, a number of factors. Including the climate that actually reduced about 1.8 miles there. Nothing else that was of considerable notice, right? That stopped our efficiency. It says again here, reduced by 5 miles an hour, gain an extra 7.5 miles. Headwind, right? Different things of that sort impacting. We're getting into another construction zone. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. And 75 miles an hour is the posted speed limit. We're going 78. So all in all, not too bad. But I mean, one thing that you are noticing, if you have, I'm not including it. I'm not going to include all of the footage of me just watching an episode of Out of Spec. But I've been eating. I just picked up a little snackaroonie right here, and I've been watching a little bit of YouTube, right? The system is doing exactly what it's intended to. I'm incredibly happy that I'm essentially just a passenger here. Yes, I'm on the driver's side. I'm behind the wheel, right? But in essence, for all intents and purposes, I am literally just here supervising and along for the ride. Um, the one thing that it's doing right here, I don't know if you noticed, it went, and just as I say that, right, I was just about to intervene until the car decided, hey, this is not a lane, this is an actual shoulder. For a brief moment in this construction area, it noticed or it thought that there were two lanes whenever it was a one-lane road, and decided to go into what it perceived to be the slow lane, which in fact was shoulder, nothing but shoulder, dirt, almost essentially like, like dirt off to the side of the road, but it thought it was a lane. It corrected itself after a good 15 seconds, which felt like 10 to 15 seconds, which felt like a lifetime to me. I didn't intervene. It corrected itself. Luckily, in this stretch of the road to the destination that I'm going to, there is absolutely no traffic to speak of, especially at this time of night, 8:31, right? Remote area. Thank gosh for that, because if not, there would have been a vehicle that would have wondered, what the heck is this guy doing? It may have gotten to a point of attempting to speed past me, and then the car could have at any given moment attempted to correct itself, noticing that it was not an actual lane, rather a shoulder, and may have hit the vehicle that was attempting an overtake. I'm just putting worst possible case situation out there, but it's important. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom about this, but it's important to actually think of the plausibilities, right? If this, then that. If this, then that, right? I do not want to know how the vehicle would have responded if put in that exact scenario. I'm glad we weren't presented with that, but I worry, what if it was in that situation? How would have the vehicle responded? And I hope it wouldn't have caused an accident. It would have been a direct result on the flaws that are still present in this iteration of whether it's FSD, based on the models, on programming, things of that nature, or the limitations based on a camera only ADAS system. So I'm just putting that out there for what it's worth. Up until now, it was really uneventful, almost uneventful, for the duration of the trip. But there we go. Just a situation when you least expected it. Things came up. So be mindful. Try to be present. Try to be vigilant in these situations. And I say that as I go back to watching a video. And again, I am going to be like actively supervising, actively aware. What the hell did it decide to do here? That was horrible. I don't know if anybody noticed that and mistook those my God, it mistook those lights, those street crossing lights, for a stop sign, and it brought me to a screeching halt. That was horrific. I didn't disengage. I just hit the throttle. That was one intervention in a manner of speaking. It just braked. It completely braked, but I just hit the accelerator. What in the hell was that? I'm just really thankful again that there was no traffic at all behind me. And I was distracted. I was looking at that gas station to the right. That gas station had people filled to the brim at the Subway getting sandwiches. Because they make a good dang sandwich there at that Subway gas station. It's completely unacceptable. Hopefully there's no blinking yellow lights here. Intersection. But I'll stay on alert in case there is. And we randomly just stop out of nowhere for no good reason. Right now we're going 48 miles an hour in a 60 mile an hour zone. I'm trying to play around with the speed profiles to see if I could eventually get up to speed. There's no vehicles behind me. I guess that's why the flow of traffic is impacted, because there's no vehicles close to me. Putting it up to hurry did the trick. I'm gonna go back to standard mode. There's no sense in me staying in hurry mode for no good reason. Still 7 miles an hour over the speed limit on standard now that I messed around with the speed profiles. A mixed bag on this road trip. FSD stress test mixed bag. About 29 minutes, 25 miles. We're coming up against another city, another small little town. Wonder if it's gonna have those lights. I see some lights up ahead. I really hope that we don't encounter the same problem. Fish Street Tacos. La Pradera Mexican restaurant. Alrighty. Cowboy headquarters. Let's see what happens here. Again, 35 miles an hour. Good. Grasp. No traffic. Let's see what happens. 35 miles an hour. You see those intersecting lights. Alternating intersecting lights. Let's see what FSD does. Nobody behind me. Relatively close. Is there any good reason as to why I should be stopping here? No, not at all, but it's wanting me to stop. It's wanting me to slow down. I had to intervene there, and intervene when I noticed that it was coming to a dead halt. I had to step on the accelerator. So there's an intervention, 2 interventions, no disengagements, but I mean those are as close to disengagements as you're gonna get. There shouldn't have been rightfully any reason. Those are caution lights based on that intersection. The opposite lights adjacent to us, right and left, had red blinking lights, meaning that the traffic in that section, as it approached those blinking red lights, would have had to stop and wait for passing traffic, for a gap in traffic, allow other vehicles to proceed without without even remotely stopping. But for whatever reason, again, it chose to want to do that. Right now, going at a slow speed under the posted speed limit, which was 55. We were driving at 48, so it's having a little bit of difficulty getting up to speed in these rural areas. Not liking that. Again, about 26 miles out. I wish I could say there were no interventions whatsoever, but those are major interventions. That way we could stay safe and not have a semi slam into the back of our car. I don't know what the actual speed limit is right here. We're ramping up to 70 miles an hour. Good 15 miles over the speed limit. Good driving on standard. It says it's 55. I don't know. I'm kind of doubting that. Okay, so we have about 2.5 miles, 2 miles really to go. I'm going to go ahead and call this. This was a successful FSD trip, a little over 300 miles on our little road trip. No disengagements, but 2 interventions at the indicated exactly the same scenarios of those hazard lights, those caution lights, yellow flashing caution lights at an intersection, causing us to come to a complete stop. Otherwise, FSD did a great job overall. No complaints. Speed profiles definitely could use a little bit of improvement. I feel that FSD shined in congested highway traffic. It did a great job of keeping up with traffic, getting in and out of lanes as long as it was in standard mode. Did a great job in standard mode. Of course, did a great job, very confident in hurry mode. So again, I feel that this was a very successful FSD trip with 0 disengagements, 2 interventions, and again, I have nothing but praise. I really hope that I get FSD 14.2.2.3 soon. That way I can create additional content and show you what differences there may be. Hopefully there will be some discernible differences in our overall trip, the overall sentience, and slight improvements maybe in the navigation data, improvements in just overall confidence. That would be outstanding. I was thinking we were in a turning lane, but it doesn't appear that we're in a turning lane. Either way, that's kind of interesting. There's 3 lanes right here, and we are not in the turning lane. It's just the positioning of these street lights is a bit odd. Anywho, again, this was a successful FSD road trip. Thanks again for joining us, and please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.